It was an eventful Sunday, man.
Very.
And as we wait for people to get in,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Wyndham Rotunda, also known
Mm.
as Bray Wyatt, passed away a couple of days ago. Very tough, Bray Wyatt. Started as Husky Harris NXT and became, as we know, the Fiend. Man, shout out to him and wishing his family the very best.
The military tank with a Ferrari engine is
Mm,
what he called himself, and Husky Harris. The pro was Cody Rhodes. It was it was pretty sad to see that happen.
mm-hmm.
Uh, it felt different. It felt like Eddie,
Nah, it
you
did.
know, and it was tough, man. And when they opened SmackDown with Redbeard and Braun Strowman there, uh, and the I mean the rocking chair, Triple H, Cody Rhodes, all the wrestlers that were crying. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, I know we're talking about WWE. We're huge WWE fans to open up the Believe in Texans podcast, but it's certainly worth the opening. And hey, man, rest in peace, Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt. Love you, my guy. One of the most unique characters ever
Mm,
in WWE. That debut gives me chills
mm.
to this day.
Sad moment, man. As we get on to some what's going on, DJ Amazing. So heading into the preseason game against the Saints yesterday, we both said that we needed to see CJ Stroud score a touchdown.
True.
And that is exactly what he did. But I think CJ Stroud, he had that statement game, but only threw the ball 4 times. The beautiful deep ball to Nico Collins in the breadbasket. That got me excited. I know it wasn't completed. That's why I am screaming for the Houston Texans to go get another wide receiver. Mike Evans makes that catch. I'm going to continue to beat that drum. But a beautiful throw by CJ Stroud. The other incompletion escapes the pocket. I felt like he could have ran for the first down. Tries to get it to Robert Woods, but puts it in a place where only Woods could get it. Ball goes incomplete. That third down conversion to Dalton Schultz, just
Mm,
on the money,
mm.
like beautiful. And then the easy touchdown to Nico Collins. This was the game that all Texans fans have been waiting for. The CJ Stroud type game. And you saw it, and he only threw the ball 4 times. When I look at CJ Stroud, I do see a franchise quarterback.
Easily. I mean, we saw what Dan Orlovsky said in last week against the Miami Dolphins, comparing him to Joe Burrow, and talked about how him and Ryan Clark both talked about how the accuracy on CJ Stroud, he can throw it at each level one, level two, level three. We saw it on full display against the Saints in just 2 series.
Mm,
We
mm.
saw, okay, yeah, this man is legitimately the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans. And it made me go, you know what? He only went 2 for 4, 16 yards and a tutty.
Mm.
If we're going to overreact to 2 for 4 and an interception,
Go
then I'm
ahead.
going to overreact to 2 for 4, 16 yards in a tutty. All right. I'm gonna overreact from my quarterback. I'm gonna give him his flowers. All right. I'm gonna let everybody know CJ Stroud is a star in the making,
Mm,
a scheme fit from day
mm.
one. This man, with the help of D'Amico Ryans, someday, somehow, we will be there and we will be alive to watch a Lombardi here in Houston.
Hey, hey, I could feel it.
Mm,
And
mm.
what I loved about those 2 drives by the Houston Texans offense, Damian Pierce was at the forefront. Damian
Yeah.
Pierce is why you got there in the red zone. Looked at Lonnie Johnson, gave him the business, drove his ass back about 3 yards. This was the type of game I needed to see because it wasn't just CJ Stroud looking good. It was the offensive line looking good with Mike Dieter starting at left guard in replace of Kenyon Green. It was Damian Pierce running like his head was on fire. Dalton Schultz making a huge play on third down, and then obviously the Nico Collins touchdown. This starting offense did everything right, Harley, and that gets me excited for week 1 against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I mean the defense came out and was a lot better than last week. A lot better.
Who
All
was
right.
calling
So that
plays?
what's that?
Who was calling plays?
So apparently, I believe it was Cody Stutes that saw it, or somebody did, but
Mm-hmm.
there was an angle to where it sure did look like D'Amico Ryans was calling the plays, and the defense looked different. Take that with however much you want to take that with, but this team was certainly ready to play the Saints. At the same time, I'm about to derail some of the hype here. The Saints did enter the game with their starting twos, the second team. So, sure, the Houston Texans could have looked a lot better than what I thought they could have looked like. But at the end of the day, they still did their thing. 2 series, CJ Stroud was amazing. He had a pass to Nico Collins, like you mentioned earlier, that was just an absolute beauty. To somewhat disagree with what you say, the cornerback made a hell of a play.
Yes.
Hell of a play. There's only a select few wide receivers that are making that catch, one of them being named Mike Evans. So, yeah, I have no problem bringing him over here. I'm just not you, but a lot of fans, man. Like, everyone's telling me, oh, man, Nico Collins needs to make that catch. Okay, everyone told me Nico Collins sucks. So if he sucks, then how's he supposed to make that catch? I mean, well, you can't have cake and ice cream. Yes, you can. You can't have cake and pie. I mean, come on now. Come on, man. You can't.
Bro, he would have came down with that. This city would have lost it.
Apparently so. I don't understand Texans fans at times. They tell me in my comment section, Nico Collins sucks. He's a bum. He can't do this. He can't do that. We need a true wide receiver one, which I could agree with the last statement. Sure, we do need a true wide receiver one on this team. But if he's this bad, then why'd you expect him to catch the ball? Come on, man. Come on now.
No, I mean, it makes sense. And, this year 3 for Nico Collins is so big, right? If you want to be considered a role player for the Houston Texans come future, then you have to make plays like that. If he would have caught that, dude, I mean, I would have been saying quarterback 1, wide receiver 1 combo. This is what it's going to be like. He didn't make it up with the tutty at the end. And, you mentioned it, I think, a couple of streams ago that our boy John Crumpler said how the Houston Texans want to use Nico Collins the same way the Atlanta Falcons use Julio Jones. And all 3 preseason games, man, Nico Collins has been like the first wide receiver getting the ball, getting looked at. So I'm excited to see what a year 3 of Nico Collins, what it looks like he will be getting a huge chunk of the targets for the Houston Texans. Another wide receiver that stood out, no, he didn't play with CJ Stroud, Tank Dell, electric. He is going to be a candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Makes 3 Saints defenders miss, takes it to the Houston Texans 40-yard line, get tackled, set the Houston Texans up on their first professional touchdown by CJ Stroud and Nico Collins. Man, hey, Tank Dell, bro, he's special.
He is. This is exactly what I remember. What he did at U of H. He is an electric special teams return man. Just absolutely electric, specifically on punts. Believe he had, I want to say it was 6 or 7. This is just off the top of the dome. 6 or 7 punt returns for touchdowns for Tank Dell. He had 27 yards on that punt return, which ultimately led up to that CJ Stroud touchdown. And not to put this out of any way whatsoever, but I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's such a simple play in the red zone." Hey, I'm sorry. Simplicity isn't a thing with the Houston Texans the last 2 years. So I absolutely love that I'm seeing crossing routes
Yes.
between Nico Collins and I believe it was Robert Woods, the other
Mm.
opposite wide receiver. I love it. All right. You get the cornerbacks to potentially, which would be a rub route, to potentially hit each other or bump each other in any way to create separation. As we all know, Nico Collins isn't the best separator as a wide receiver. CJ Stroud leads them on the money, running. It was a beautiful play. We've seen this play many times before. Back in the Kubiak days, I continue to harp and beat that dead horse as much as I want because, damn it, the Houston Texans offense is going to be fun to watch this year. You got yourself a rookie OC in Bobby Slowick. I'm telling everyone right now, get excited, man. Time to get excited about this Texans offense. It's going to be a work in progress, but it's good to finally have an offense that works in this NFL.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that the performance by CJ Stroud was the exclamation point, and he gets rewarded with being named the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans come week 1 against Baltimore. The quarterback competition is over, ladies and gentlemen. CJ Stroud is QB1. Shout out to the rookie. And I think the Houston Texans were one of the last teams to name a starting quarterback. But like I always say, actions speak louder than words. And ever since the pads came on in training camp, it was CJ Stroud getting 100% of the first team reps. The 2 joint practices against the Miami Dolphins, CJ Stroud was the first QB out there in team drills and situations. Then our preseason games, man, he's QB1. Shout out to CJ Stroud being named the starter for the Houston Texans.
I mean, not even less than an hour, 2 hours. I mean, that was fast. It was like, all right, we already know what we're going to do. Boom, let's get it out the way. CJ Stroud is QB1. We've all known this. Let's be real. We all know this. A lot of people, I don't know if I can include myself. Sure, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I just thought it was something small, just a clinical minor error that I thought that they should go ahead and announce the quarterback, which they already did. So just put that out of the minds. CJ Stroud's QB1. We all know this. We saw it in training camp. We saw it many times as we were there every single day for all the public training camps. CJ Stroud is him. He is absolutely going to be a guy for this Texans team. There's no other way to describe it. He is him. And we are hoping, we are attaching ourselves onto this train. And he's the conductor. We're behind him. Let's get it on.
Okay. Rate on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you for this Houston Texans season now? After all of training camp, all of the preseason, more like how do you feel about the team going into the season? What is your confidence level at?
Confidence level is high. I'm gonna say 7 to 8 range.
Oh,
I really am. I'm high on this team. And I know a lot of people still have doubts, and understandably so. I'm still super confident with this team. We love the hire in DeMeco Ryans. I love that they grabbed Bobby Slowick. He was my number 1 choice for offensive coordinator when throwing out the coaching staffs together. Sure, they got Matt Burke as defensive coordinator, but at the end of the day, I still believe DeMeco Ryans is going to be calling plays like what he presumably did in week 3 of the preseason. So a culmination of that with the offseason you had. Free agency was pretty solid. The draft was a banger.
Yes.
As we all seen. I mean, right now we have CJ Stroud starter, Will Anderson starter, Juice Scruggs starter. Tank Dell is going to get starter snaps.
How do you feel about him not playing with CJ Stroud yesterday?
I was a little upset, man. I did tell you one of the things that I wanted was I wanted the fans to see this 713 connection. Maybe third eye opening here. Maybe. X-Files coming in. Maybe the Houston Texans don't want to reveal what they have in CJ Stroud
secret
and Tank Dell.
Suspicious.
Just go out there. They win the toss, receive it, first play, 80-yard bomb, takedown, touchdown. That would just, woo, you're going to have the soul city of Houston's going to be bricked up. I mean, my goodness, if that happened,
I'll get a tattoo if
woo-wee.
that happens, bro.
I'll have to do that too. You know what? I agree with you. I agree with
And
you on that.
all right, that's our
That's a
thing. If
bet.
first play of the season, if it's an 80-yard touchdown to tank down, I'll get a logo somewhere
Yeah, I'm getting something
because
somewhere,
we're idiots, dude. But no, I mean that's how excited we are for this NFL team. We have to talk about last year's first round draft pick, not named Derek Stingley. Kenyon Green did not get the start at left guard yesterday. It was Michael Dieter, and he looked damn well. The Houston Texans offensive line, according to DJ Bieniemy, he put out this tweet. It said that CJ Stroud was pressured 0% of the time of his dropbacks. That is insane. But Kenyon Green's day was not good. He finished off the preseason getting beat like a drum by the Saints rookie defensive lineman, gives up on the play, points to his shoulder and acts hurt, goes to the blue tent, says that he is fine. I don't want to give up on Kenyon Green, man, but you could only defend someone for so long. And I don't agree with people saying that Green is gone or they should cut Green. If you are cutting Kenyon Green in year 2, bro, you are doing yourself a disservice. Oh my God. But it's getting harder to be a Kenyon Green fan, man.
All right, here we go. I feel like I disagree with you, and I felt like this was going to happen. I'm fine with Kenyon Green. So
I mean, I'm fine with him. Like, I'm not calling him a bust. I fully expect him to be starting by week 1. I just did not like him acting hurt because he wasn't, right? He cleared from the blue tent. It just looked like he gave an excuse after, and that left a sour taste in my mouth. But I still fully expect him to be the starting left guard come week 1.
I don't know if he faked it or not. It wasn't a good look. But looking at today, and I don't know how true this was. I never saw anyone else tweet this out either. But Lance Zierlein did put out that Kenyon Green had been dealing with an upper arm injury. Throughout preseason. D'Amico even said that he credited Kenyon Green for being a warrior because he had been playing hurt. So, whether or not he faked it or not, could be a minor injury. It could have been a stinger for all we know. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to let one play where a guy beat him like a drum overshadow what he's done in training camp and so far in preseason. He has actually looked well in preseason. I'm not going to let one play from a rookie overshadow that. The man is still only 22 years old. And yes, Titus Howard defended him. A guy that's in our group chat actually went after and said Kenyon Green might be the worst offensive lineman.
Oh, I saw that tweet, bro.
And then Titus Howard defended him and said the man is only 22 years old. And he is. This is only a second year. I don't get the, oh man, I understand. Now the bigger thing to me was him starting with the 2s. That to me is a bigger takeaway than him getting beat by a rookie on one snap. That doesn't mean nothing to me. Everyone gets beat. We're not calling for, well, there are fans that call for Laramie Tunsil to be away whenever he has a false start. So I don't know. But regardless, in reality, Kenyon Green is 22 and he has a long road ahead of him. If he's injured, then that's probably why they had Dieter start. But then why does he come and play with the 2s? I have no sure.
And he played for a minute.
Yeah, he did. He did. So I don't know what the overall thing was behind that. If he was hurt, you'd think they would sat him out, right? I mean, that's what I would do if he
Mhm.
secured his spot for left guard. What else is there for him to prove? So why is he out there with the seconds? To me, like that is a bigger storyline than one play against the Saints. That doesn't make
Okay,
much
so
sense.
this comment by Johnny Lambo, shout out to Johnny Lambo. He said that D'Amico said Dieter had done more thus far and deserved the start
Mhm.
versus the Saints. But okay, not to be the guys that say we were there, but did Dieter really stand out to you when he was at left guard?
No.
Because he did it for me. And I think we tweeted out a Kenyon Green just knocked the Dolphin on his ass. I think we both put that out there. To me, it is interesting, like you said. Now, with this performance, do you see Kenyon Green not starting? Because, like I said, I still think he's going to start, but Michael Dieter didn't look bad at all.
No, he did not. He was actually quite impressive. Somebody that was familiar with this system already with the Miami Dolphins. So yeah, I don't mind it. If they feel more comfortable with Dieter, then okay, go with Dieter.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have to be defended, you suck. Oh well, that might be Michael Dieter. Michael Dieter on the YouTube channel, man. Shout out to Michael Dieter right there. No, look, man, if you have to be defended, you suck. Well, I mean, we have to continually defend CJ Stroud. Does that work? Does that fit into your narrative?
Hey,
Oh
I
no,
don't
I
hear
don't
those
think
bus
so.
comments anymore, man.
Yeah, man, where's that bus comments, fans? Where's those? Oh my God, 2 for 4 and an interception. He absolutely sucked. Come on, man, get out of here, bro.
Why are you giving yourself that list, man?
I had to do it. I had to do it. That wasn't for you though.
You
That
bastard.
was not for you.
um, Another young player that stood out, Xavier Hutchinson, 6 targets, 4 catches, 48 yards, had that big 24-yard grab by I think was it Mills Millie who threw it or EJ Perry?
uh, EJ Perry, excuse me. Sorry.
Hey, he looked
Brain
pretty
fart.
good. He's
You
athletic.
know, I was joking when I said that EJ Perry looked better than Davis Mills, but I mean, he went out there. I'm finna do my Stephen A. Smith impression on here. He went out there and looked good. I mean, EJ Perry looked solid. I mean, he went up against who? A bunch of guys that are trying to
Good.
make a roster, man. So it's same thing with Hutch. Not to downplay Hutch, but yeah, Perry was kind of balling. Not to downplay Hutch, but I mean, he should be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he should dominate against those guys. He should look really good against those guys.
Mm.
Yeah, I like seeing that from Hutch. Got me some more confidence in him. He definitely has something. I don't know what it is, but he has something.
To me, I feel like Hutch is gonna be that third-year receiver that breaks out.
Mm.
I don't think he gets a lot of playing time this year in his rookie year, right? I think we're going to prioritize Nico Woods, Noah Brown, Tank Dell, you know. But I think over the course of year 2 and 3, we start to see Xavier Hutchinson kind of come into his own. And I think that would be perfect, right? We don't need you, right? I mean, we kind of really do, but, anything we get extra from Xavier Hutchinson will be a plus from this offense. But I see him being like a year 3 breakout type of player.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Another player that stood out on offense, maybe solidified himself as the Houston Texans' third running back, Mike Boone. Big touchdown at the third quarter, I believe. Broke multiple tackles,
Looking
spun
like me out
around.
there.
What?
Looking like me out there, bro.
Oh, snap. Shout out to the flag football days when you had to
Shout
work
out to
them
the
hips,
spin
boy.
move.
Hips
Shout
did
out to
not
the spin
lie
move.
like Shakira.
So the spin move was unstoppable.
Us.
That damn East End kid.
Man, that
It worked. He was the Dak Prescott before
Bro.
Dak Prescott.
Hey, you saw CJ Stroud doing that?
Oh yeah. So I'm not gonna say that.
Oh man, shout out to the offense, bro. It's always fun to talk about after you get a W because when you
Mhm.
got beat like last week, 28-3, man, what was there really? It was rough.
Ugly, ugly.
Switching to the defense, this is where it gets kind of hard to talk about. There were some cuts made today. One of them being Christian Kirksey. The Houston Texans save about what? Think $4 million from
Yeah.
cutting him. We did not see Christian Kirksey at all at training camp, practice, preseason. We were kind of asking each other, why is Christian Kirksey still on the roster? But as we trend down to 53, Christian Kirksey gone. Agent Zero, Desmond King, gone. This one was a surprise. However, after seeing him play a lot against the, New Orleans Saints, it was kind of like, is Desmond King playing for his spot right now?
Yeah.
Did Javier Thomas really have a better training camp preseason than Desmond King? I don't know. And some more cuts. This is the hard one. Big sexy Roy Lopez gone. Cut.
Mm.
Dealing with the injury, would have been out, is out for 2 weeks. Big Sexy, no longer a part of the Houston Texans.
Look, man, I'm about to get real sad right here, man.
Go ahead.
Shout out to my boy Roy Lopez,
Shout out
born
to Big Sexy.
August 7, 1997. Two
Big
days,
bitch.
2 days before your very own, right here, August 9, 1997. Roy Lopez is my dude. I love Roy Lopez. I got in contact with his agent. His agent bought a shirt, this exact shirt, when he was wearing 79. I never got a chance to re-edit it to 91. His mom has the shirt. The salsa dance will always live on. I am an absolute stan for Roy Lopez. I was hurt. It was like it was kind of like this. Galino Sanchez, man. I read that note.
That was tough. For those of you who don't know the story about that singer, he was performing at a club
Mm.
and he gets a note right before he performs. I think it was from the local gang there. If you
Yeah, it was like a cartel
perform,
or something.
if you perform, you will die. He wipes the sweat off his eyebrows, starts performing. Later that night, rest in peace, was involved in a gunfight. Did shoot off a couple rounds, but lost
Mm.
his life in the process, man. Shout out to Roy Lopez. Harley, do you have your shot of tequila?
I do have my shot of tequila. I gotta pour it live. Oh no, the connection issues.
Tough scene out here, man.
It is a tough scene out here. I have my bigger shot glass here because we always go a little crazy up in the crib. So I do know how much to pour though. So there it is. That's 2 ounces right there, buddy. This is for Roy Lopez. Shout out to Big Sexy, man. That was my dude.
It's always
That
great when
was
there's
my
another
guy.
Mexican in the league, man. Seeing
You
our
know,
people put on and him having a whole fan base in Mexico, him being with the Mexican OT at training camp.
uh,
It was kind of like, Roy Lopez is going to be that, that H-Town favorite, the one that you
mm,
can never get rid of, but you don't mind him being on the team because he screams Houston Texans. Shout out to Roy Lopez, man.
shout out to Roy Lopez. I hope he comes back. 2 to 3 weeks, he could be out with the injury. The Texans certainly, they felt like it was an implication that maybe they can bring him back. Maybe my knight in shining armor can come back. Big Sexy, Big 9-1.
Drop some L's in the chats for Roy Lopez for his boys. 64 people deep.
Mm, mm.
Man.
That was a good. That
But
was a good shot, tequila. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we could take a shot to the future success
Mm.
of our rookie quarterback.
I'm still a little. I'm still a little upset about Roy.
Because
I'm
I'm
not gonna
down.
lie. I'm still a little upset about Roy, man. Rip my
Yeah.
boy Roy Lopez, man. I appreciate you, Johnny Lambo. Appreciate that, my guy. If anybody knows, I stand Roy Lopez.
Mm.
I will have a video for Roy Lopez.
Oh, a tribute.
It might be 3 highlights, but you best believe that tribute's gonna be insane. It might be 3 or 4 highlights, and 2 of them might be the same one. But my boy Roy,
Now you gotta play that second hole in reverse.
yeah, I gotta flip it. Oh man, I'm gonna have to dig deep on the highlights for Roy Lopez. Shout out to my boy Roy Lopez. Shout out to his family. They always like my tweets whenever I tweet about Roy Lopez. Whether it's his girlfriend, his sister, his mama, his daddy, his high school coach, they all love Roy Lopez, man. So they appreciate when I tweet about him. I absolutely love him. Shout out to Evan Brennan, the agent, for hitting me up about getting a shirt. The only thing that is unknown to me, I don't know if he has a shirt. His
Ooh.
agent has one.
Ooh.
His mama has one.
Mm.
I don't know if Roy's donning the big sexy shirt. We met at the Texans draft party 2 years ago,
Y'all
and
linked
he
up
was.
or what?
What's up?
Y'all linked up or what?
Well, I had the like VIP pass or whatever,
Mm.
and so he was taking pictures with people. That's what he was supposed to do. Was
Yeah.
just take pictures. And then here I come walking up, and he saw the shirt and just lost it. He just started laughing, gave me a big old dap up real quick. Garrett Wallow comes in, another potential cut candidate. Garrett Wallow comes in and was like, "Hey, man, where's my shirt?" And I'm like, "Well, buddy, are you Hispanic?" "I don't think so." No, I didn't say that. Roy Lopez is pretty big. I don't want to upset Roy Lopez on the first meeting. Garrett Wallow looks a little tiny sometimes. I think an Oklahoma drill, Garrett Wallow. I think I got it.
You think so?
I got it.
All right. I'll take Denzel Perryman.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You take Denzel Perry.
I got Denzel. I got Denzel.
All you got to do is just
And as I
cover his
stand
eyes
over
with the
his
shiesty.
body, I'm taking off the shiesty and I'm putting it on myself.
Because we built different here in the Believe in Texans podcast.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Believe in Texans podcast, man. Thank y'all for letting us have a platform to talk about this team. But your reactions to Kirksey being gone, Desmond King being gone, kind of surprising, right? But however, even though these names are tough cuts, I think that gets me more excited for this defense, right? If we are looking at these cuts and we're saying, damn, why do we do that, right? That means that the Houston Texans coaching staff, more importantly, D'Amico Ryans, is holding a higher standard for his team. He wants to put out the best 53 man every single Sunday. So I'm expecting some more hard cuts from this team.
Yeah, in all seriousness, so I guess I got to be serious now. Roy Lopez was hurt, and the best of ability is availability.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not get a chance to showcase himself for week 3 of the preseason, nor week 2 of the preseason, because he did get hurt midway through the game. So, hey, what did that do? That opens up more time for guys like Kurt Hinish, for guys like Davis, who's performed very well.
Hello, Davis, boy.
As an XFL pickup. Odelay 75 has looked really solid as well. Then you go into Desmond King, and you're like, man, that's a shocker one. That is, because he's also not just a nickel corner, which is needed around the league, especially in today's modern NFL, but he also does special teams for you as a return man, and a
Mm.
solid one at that. So, you know, I would think Desmond King has some value to him, to the other 31 teams, but you never know. The Houston Texans obviously have some confidence. And again, like Dave Jones is saying, I trust Coach Ryans. I do too. He
Mm-hmm.
obviously has some confidence in the secondary. Number 30, Kadar Homan, had a solid week 3 against the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Actually started the game and looked really good, actually. Who knows? Maybe Jacoby Francis.
Shaq
Maybe it's,
Griffin had a nice game.
yeah. Maybe it's Cameron Dantzler, guy they picked up.
I
And
didn't see him.
I said last week on the podcast, if you have missed the podcast, make sure to type in BLEAV, Believe in Texans podcast, in anywhere where you have any podcasting platforms. I said it last week. The way Cameron Dantzler is going to make this team, he's got to do something to impress him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 1 week and a practice or 2 to
That's
do
it.
it. And what he do in the
I,
game, ceiling interception, a
mm.
beautiful play, by the way. Beautiful play. Read the eyes of the quarterback, was playing the running back, but is looking at the quarterback's eyes the whole time, read him like a book, comes out of nowhere, makes the game-sealing interception. That's how you make yourself on a team. That's what you do. And
Mm-hmm.
D'Amico Ryans seems like he liked it. He's still on the team as of right now. We don't know what other cuts are going to happen. So I would say gear in a little bit, because I wonder who else is going to get cut from this team.
Imagine this Case Keenum.
No, I don't see that. That's
Nah,
not
man,
happening.
you got to keep him here, man. Shout out to
Gotta
Case
keep
Keenum.
Case.
Just collecting a freaking check, bro.
I know, right? My
Like,
goodness.
Greedy Williams for Desmond King says Darius Crutcher. I mean, wouldn't mind taking a flyer at that. None
Yes.
of the names right now are really eye popping. What's his name? The wide receiver that just got released, Perriman. That really doesn't, catch my eye.
Oh, Brashad Perryman.
Rashad Perriman. Yes, Rashad Perriman. Shout out to another Texans podcast. Their latest episode, they had the Brian Cushion, number 56, on the pod. Go give that a look. I was there. It's fun to see, Storm and Daddy Crumb get down with former Houston Texans players, man. Another Texans podcast. Give them some love.
I
But
am a surgeon.
I am a surgeon. Shout out to Crump, man. He's going to be saving lives one day. Going to be writing books about him. 75 people in here and only 5 likes. Yeah, guys, like this up so me and Harley could, get some more love in the YouTube algorithm. We are here for you for all Houston Texans news, rumors, and updates. Harley, as the preseason comes to an end, what would you grade it?
Ooh. I guess we'll go letter grades.
Okay.
Um,
And chat, let me know too. What is y'all grade for the preseason?
Yeah, drop a letter grade in the preseason so
Agassi
far.
says B.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards. The first initial thought was a B, maybe B minus, something like that.
Mhm.
Overall, it was a solid preseason, a little solid showing. You didn't show your hand too much, a little vanilla here and there. CJ Stroud improved as the preseason went along. I enjoyed it. It was it was a good appetizer for what I am expecting in the regular season.
Did it get you more excited or least excited for this Houston Texans season?
More.
Okay.
More. And I know some fans are probably least excited, and just because of what they see in the defense and whatnot. But I think overall, you can't
I feel
judge
like
it.
I see a functioning football team.
Yes, and that is something we haven't had in Houston the last 2 years. There is something we haven't had, man. It's about damn time. We got ourselves a head coach. We got an identity.
Okay.
Like, we had a fake-ass identity the last 2 years. Like, it was just, like, what is your identity on offense? That's what I mean. And we seen the identity Run the damn ball with Damian Pierce. We're going 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, full back, running back. We're going to pound it through your throats. Pause. Resume. Damian Pierce is that dude. He is that man. And they're going to pound the rock, bro. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go play action with CJ Stroud. They're going to take their chances when they see it. They're going to be cautionary with Stroud, and he is accurate enough to make the capable throws.
I'll give it a B as well. Like the fact that I see this football team, I see the pieces being put together. It gets me excited. The offense is going to be something fun to watch. Like you said, it was very vanilla during the preseason. If you had a chance to go out there and watch them during training camp, there was so much pre-snap movement and motion where you had to dart your eyes from from left to right because these wide receivers were moving everywhere. And when you look at these coaches from D'Amico Ryans all the way down to Frank Ross, you feel a sense of urgency that we need to get this team together right now. I mentioned to you many times that it felt like this team just came off of a playoff season and now they're getting ready to try to, build a name for themselves. But I loved what I saw from this team during training camp. During the preseason, you see what they are preaching, you see what they are practicing, and I see the ownership as well. We haven't really talked about them on how good of a job they've been doing. Cal McNair has flipped around his image. Last year, we were like, what is this guy doing? Does he even care about this team? You saw the infamous picture of Hannah just almost knocked out watching the Houston Texans lose a football game. But shout out to Cal McNair and shout out to Hannah McNair, right? She also has had a huge involvement, this past off season, handing out T-shirts, signing autographs. Me and Harley were blessed to get a T-shirt almost every single practice. But seeing all this happen, man, it feels great, and it feels like this team is slowly going in the right direction.
Yeah, it's great to see that Cal McNair is refreshing. That's
Mm,
what the Texans are right now. They're refreshing. Sure, you still have your cheesiness, but regardless of that, a lot of owners are a little cheesy. Cal McNair has went from someone that was hated by
mm.
Texans fans. I mean, hated. Like it was every tweet under a Texans post on Twitter was fire Cal, sell the team, sell the team, sell the
Janice,
team.
do something. Where's
Yeah,
Janice?
there's Janice, and then there was obscene comment after obscene comment after obscene comment. It is great to see that Cal McNair has changed his image, has been growing on the fans,
Mm-hmm.
and actually looks like he knows what he's doing. I would say that as someone that has given the football keys to Nick Casario, to D'Amico Ryans, and go, hey, look, I don't know much about football. This is your job.
Yeah.
I will take care of PR and image work and everything else. And he's done a fantastic job at it, regardless of what some sports talk radios want to say.
Call him out.
Shout out to Matt Thomas for being an absolute jamoke
We're
in
name
a,
dropping.
in a D of a show. Come on now. Absolutely ridiculous. I had tweeted out about it. If nobody knows the Matt Thomas show, shout out to the Matt Thomas show. They continuously crap on anything Cal McNair. They crap on him. How do you crap on HEB? Like, I understand Kroger's is your sponsor, whatever. HEB is the best grocery store in Texas. Like,
Mm.
it's just not a conversation. So what are we doing? You continuously crap on Cal McNair and make jokes that were made from 2 years ago, and it's just ridiculous. And there's a reason why he blocked me, and he got upset because of my tweet, and he got upset because of the last sentence of my tweet that was a copy and paste from Barrett Sports Media that ranked their show in the afternoon tied for the lowest show in sports radio. Oh well, buddy, do better or get gone. I wouldn't mind that either.
You know, in about 2 to 3 years, you're gonna see me and Harley on one of these radio stations, and you're gonna see us absolutely blow. Hey, bro, that's gonna be crazy.
Puro pinche HEV.
Hungry eating,
Órale.
hungry eating bastards, man. HEB is, solid, right? You go to the beer section, everything's retail. Everything's retail.
Everything.
They're not taxing nothing. They got the
Butter
buzz balls
tortillas.
on the sides. You know, you
They got
guys,
samples.
they
Come on,
do.
man. It's
It used to be only
delicious.
Sam's, man. I remember going to Sam's just for the damn samples, right? But that was when you had to be a Sam's Club member. You had to have your card to get into that thing. Now you could just go in. But yeah, you hear that the Houston Texans have 4 concepts for new uniforms. That was said in the Reddit that Cal McNair was in charge of. Um, what do you want to see on the uniform?
Well, everyone does not like my opinion when I comment on new uniforms. But I was raised different. My dad was born in 1962, and
Damn.
I was raised on Oiler blue. That's what I was raised on, and so I have a respect for old school Astros, Rockets, Oilers,
Mhm.
Texans. Like, I have a respect for it. Unlike some people of my age, not you, but unlike some others, which I completely understand. They did not see it, they did not live with it, so they do not care about the Oilers.
Mhm.
I get it. They have no emotional attachment. I never saw a single Oiler game in my life, but I rewatched a bunch of them.
Mhm.
And I love documentaries. I watched almost every single one I could think of for the Oilers. So yeah, I would definitely love to see some rendition of that Oiler blue back in H Town, because Cal McNair mentioned about keeping some of that H Town blue, some of that Houston blue that we love, that we know. And what's that Houston blue that we love and know? It's that Oiler blue, baby. It's that cops having that Oiler blue colors. The whole city at the time was painted love your blue. Bring that back for me. Bring that back for me one more time.
So we know it can't be completely baby
Exactly.
blue. What I
Exactly.
want to see,
Mm.
all white uniform, baby blue trim.
Mm.
I mean, that is going to look sexy, right? We just saw the Arizona Cardinals throw out an all white uniform. That looks nasty. I
Look
could
pretty
kind of
good.
see that, but with a baby blue outline. Um, a all white helmet. I would love to see an all white helmet. I need to see more of the battle red helmet. I think we'll see that twice, I
Yes.
believe.
Hell yeah. That battle red helmet. Mm.
So
Mm.
Michael said, "I'm 61 and Bum and Campbell were the best." Shout out to you, Michael, man. You're one of the
Shout out to Michael.
OGs. We love to give homage to the OGs, man, because without the OGs, we wouldn't be here. Um, but we just have to wait till next year, man, to see what type of uniforms they are going to give us. But as we come to an end, oh, the damn
Yep.
Steelers kept us from a championship. Shout out
Yep.
to the
You
Pittsburgh
had the
Steelers.
touchdown, and they decided to. There was no instant replay. Both feet were in, and in that off season, they went. You know what? We should make instant replay. Why? Because of that freaking play. Steelers robbed us of that game.
Who playing FanDuel or DraftKings? I like doing prize picks.
I like Price Picks. I fuck with it.
I won some money the other day.
Ooh,
Verdaddy, 6 strikeouts. I took the over. He hit 9.
easy.
Um,
That's easy money.
and then I bet it against Carlos Correa. Obviously
That's a
won
good
that
bet.
matchup pretty
That's a
easily.
good bet.
But Harley, as we end this live today, man, we learned that CJ Stroud is quarterback 1. We learned that when D'Amico calls defense, this Houston Texans D looks pretty damn good. Let
Mm.
the fans know where they can catch you.
You can find me at the lead _HOU. You can type that into any of your social media search engine bars and just, hey, man, I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. I appreciate everyone that has gotten me to the path of 4,036 subscribers. My goodness gracious. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. I know most of y'all are old subscribers of mine, as well as they're subscribers of you. If you missed this live, go ahead and check us out on Believe in Texans podcast. That is BLEAV, Believe in Texans podcast. Make sure. Oh, go ahead. Oh, we got a good comment here.
Jose Almanza says, just want to congratulate both of y'all because as soon as teams started to lose, other YouTubers faded away, not you two. This is why I say I am H-Town till I freaking drown. I have seen this team play football ever since I was a little kid. I will continue to see this team until I go 6 feet in the ground. I am H-Town till I freaking drown. I rep this city. I will never wear anything other than my city. Bro, I love Houston, man. I love this team. I'm not going to stop doing videos just because we're having a losing season. We've won 7 combined games in the past 2 years, and I think I have less than 10 days without a video. Because I remember when I was growing up, I wanted to watch people talk about the Houston Texans. And there was no one. Why? Because the team sucked. And I didn't want to be that guy that stopped when this team was losing, because that's what bandwagons do.
Yep.
And they're going to come back. And I'm just going to say, where were you? And to the people who've been with us for a very long time, Jerry, been with us for a long time. Trill Talk, Frank Z. I saw Nesto in here. Lumineer. Shout out to old guys like Dookie Sore, man. Y'all have been with us every step of the way. And when this team wins a Super Bowl, you guys are going to know who was here from day one. It was Ruben from the 713 Houston Sportcast and Harley at the lead_Houston. What do you have to say about that comment, man? Shout out to Jose for the best comment of the day.
Yeah, man, that is it right there. That is it for Jose. Shout out to that comment. Man, I was here. I was here watching this team since my existence, man. I mean, come on. I remember Billy Miller doing the extending touchdown. I remember Gary Walker getting that sack and going crazy.
The Rosencopter.
Yes, I know the Rosencopter. I know when Brandon Whedon beat the Colts, like when Jalen Strong had his games against the Indianapolis Colts. I remember all of these guys. Mm-hmm. I remember Jerome Mathis being a special teams returner for you. Jabbar Gaffney, Corey Bradford, Andre Johnson, J.J. Watt, Antonio Smith, Brian Brayman. Like, I can go down the list of guys that were notable to guys that were absolutely nobodies, and we absolutely had fun watching. Right? I loved them. Akeem Dent on special teams? Dude, get out of the way.
Tyler Irvin?
Ooh, little Tyler Irvin from San Jose State. Never did a damn thing.
Texans legend Wendell Williams.
Wendell Williams. Gross. What are we? Okay, stop. No. We were here the last however many years doing this. And I mean, I'm here talking about Rex Burkhead.
Yep.
I'm here talking about Philip Lindsay is going to be a great signing for this Texans team. You know, like, I'm here doing that. I'm here watching David Coley. I'm here watching Lovie Smith. I'm here watching the burning down of the Houston Texans when Bill O'Brien was trading this person and this person and this person and that person for 2 cups of peanuts that weren't even peanuts. They were cashews, whatever. Like, I was there. You were there. You know, so to the people that are going to come back, I would say this. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Cool. Come back. But you're not a true H-Town fan. You're not a true Houston Texan fan. You can say whatever you want. Oh, you can't tell me how to fan. You can't tell me how to fan. No, man. No, I'm gonna tell you how to fan. You know why? Because I already passed some of them. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Now you
So
get
shout out.
it.
What's that? Hey man, love me. Hey, Alfred Blue still be on this team, and Big Old B was the head coach. Him and Eddie Pleasant.
No, and dude, like I said, man, I didn't mean to get off topic there, but that's how much I love this team and I care about this team. And I could spot a fake fan from a mile away. And no matter where I'm at, right? I've been on vacation and still found a way to watch
Yeah,
this football team. I will watch this football team in one of the dirtiest, ugliest bars in the country, but I am going to be repping that red, white, and blue to the day I die, man.
Chris Brown, dude. That fake pass that he did with Gary Kubiak.
Dude.
He had that fake running back pass. That was so stupid. My God. I'm getting bad memories. Get out of here, man. Goodness gracious. Bad memories. Bad memories.
When this
Ron
team wins,
Dayne?
bro, it's going to be one of the happiest moments of my existence. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to be on a live. And it's going to be what hopefully everyone that is in this live today, and we're gonna say we did it, because I feel like I'm watching this team with you guys. And sometimes I go back and I look at the comments and I'm like, damn, I remember I was hyping up this team, and in the back of my mind I knew, like, bro, we like, it just wasn't there. But you know, what are you laughing? Oh my god. All right.
Nothing. Nothing.
Tagazi, chill.
Oh
The 1 year
man.
thunder of lightning from Ben Tate and Arian Foster.
Nasty work. The great duo.
For 1 year.
Shout out, bro. Yep.
Man.
Appreciate everyone that has been watching us since day one. Oh
Dude,
man, it's been
when
a
I
long,
started
it's
with
been a
my
long
phone,
ride, man.
when I started with my iPhone,
We went from iPhones to Believe Network.
in 4 years.
It's not too bad, not too shabby.
Just wait till when we're on the other platforms, because then it gets real fun, right? Just wait.
Sure does.
Boys, we're not even in the door yet.
You
And
best believe we're knocking on that damn thing.
when we're in, man, it's gonna be raps. You can find me on YouTube. Just type in 713 Houston Sportcast. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Thank you guys for the continued and endless support. For the 71 people that are in here, you guys are real fans. We are H-Town till we drown. Thank y'all for being a part of this. Another fire episode of Believe in the Houston Texans. And you guys know what I'm going to say. Y'all have a very blessed day. Let me end it, because last time it didn't end on command. It's still not ending on command.
Cool.
You got to give me a second, bro. Can you end it?
No, I can't. It's all you.
Let me. I have to unplug this damn thing, bro. This is ass.
We'll tell Believe, like, hey, buddy, can we?
Yeah, if anyone wants to ever give me something, man, I need a new freaking mouse,
Yeah, because I can't end it. Sadly.
bro. This thing is not ending. I'm embarrassed.
Oh well.
There you go. Love you.